In a world driven by AI breakthroughs, digital overstimulation, and existential fatigue, the pursuit of happiness in 2025 is no longer a mere luxury, it is a psychological necessity. The modern individual is bombarded with dopamine-spiking distractions, from doom-scrolling news to hyper-curated lifestyles on social media, which makes the authentic experience of joy feel increasingly elusive. However, with the right mindset, fueled by daily affirmations grounded in psychological science, you can reprogram your mental state for long-term contentment. Below are 10 powerful affirmations, Telkin, that serve as mental anchors. Each one is supported by psychological principles and accompanied by quotes from relevant contemporary thinkers, therapists, or cultural figures. The aim is not to offer cliché advice, but to invite a deep, reflective, and transformative journey through the neuroscience of self-talk and emotional resilience. I accept my current season of life without resistance. Psychological Foundation Acceptance Commitment Therapy, ACT, emphasizes psychological flexibility, which means accepting your feelings instead of fighting them. Research by Hayes et al. 2012 shows that emotional acceptance reduces stress and anxiety. Not everything that weighs you down is yours to carry. Brianna Wiest, let go of the toxic productivity mindset that insists on constant growth. Seasons of rest, confusion, or even boredom are as valid as seasons of achievement. By accepting your present moment, you reclaim your emotional sovereignty. I do not chase, I attract what aligns with my inner peace. Law of attraction discourse often gets dismissed, but new research in attentional bias theory reveals that we do indeed attract what we consistently focus on. If you ruminate on stress, you see more of it. If you visualize peace, your brain will notice peaceful cues more frequently. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. 2025 is the year of intentional alignment, not hustle. Focus on what fuels your peace and observe how your energy attracts circumstances that reflect it. I am not behind in life. I am exactly where I need to be. Social comparison, driven by platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram, is linked to increased cortisol and imposter syndrome, APA 2022. But according to positive psychology pioneer Martin Seligman, gratitude for the present neutralizes toxic comparison. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Unknown. Each journey is custom-coded. Trust the divine algorithm of your path. I allow myself to evolve and outgrow. Human identity is fluid. Research in neuroplasticity confirms that even in adulthood, we retain the capacity to transform our habits, emotions, and narratives. You're not obligated to be the same person you were a year ago, a month ago, or even 15 minutes ago. You have the right to grow. Unknown 2025 demands metamorphosis. Be fluid. Be free. Be unapologetic in your evolution. I am safe in my body. I return to the present moment. Trauma-informed therapy, especially the work of Bessel van der Kolk, The Body Keeps the Score, underscores the role of somatic safety in healing. Grounding yourself in the now, through breath, sound, or sensation, is a proven way to rewire fear-based thought loops. The present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. Thich Nhat Hanh. Reclaim your power through presence. Your body is your anchor. My worth is not tied to my productivity. The burnout culture reached peak awareness post-pandemic, and in 2025, the mental health community is collectively calling for a paradigm shift. Productivity is a tool, not a metric of human value. You are not a machine. You are a garden. Tricia Hosey, founder of the NAP Ministry. Rest is resistance. You do not need to earn rest through exhaustion. Your existence is inherently worthy. I release guilt for choosing myself. Self-sacrifice has long been romanticized, but modern psychology warns against fawn trauma responses, people-pleasing rooted in survival mechanisms. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it's self-preservation. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. Penny Reed boundaries are your emotional firewall. Let guilt dissolve in the presence of self-respect. I create before I consume. Our digital environment has trained us to be reactive rather than creative. According to Dr. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, starting your day with output over input activates the prefrontal cortex, increasing focus and originality. Consumption is passive, creation is generative. Naval Ravikant, whether you write, move, paint, build, or simply daydream, start your day by birthing something, however small. I'm allowed to feel joy without justification. In a doom-laden world, many suffer from joy guilt, believing they need permission to celebrate small wins. But according to Barbara Fredrickson's broaden and build theory, positive emotions expand our cognitive flexibility and resilience. You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. Sophia Bush. You don't need a reason to smile. Happiness is not a reward, it's a state of being. I trust the timing of my life. The need for control often stems from anxiety and trauma, but radical trust, cultivated through mindfulness and reflective practice, reduces neuroticism and enhances life satisfaction. Harvard Health, 2023. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient. Be ready. Vex King. Patience is power. In 2025, slow is the new fast. Each affirmation, when spoken daily, activates neural pathways that reinforce the belief over time. As Dr. Joe Dispenza notes in his neuroscience-based work, neurons that fire together wire together. You're not just affirming ideas, you are building a new emotional architecture. You don't need to escape your current reality to find happiness. You need to speak to it differently. Your words are spells and your thoughts are blueprints. So speak with intention, think with compassion, and move forward with the knowing that in 2025, happiness is not a place you arrive at. It is a state you cultivate with every affirmation you dare to believe.